Hello, busy dads and busy people everywhere. Welcome to episode 3 of the Busy Dad podcast. This is the show where I have the honor of sitting down with fellow burpee practitioners and hearing their stories. Now, on today's episode, we have a burpee practitioner by the name of Michel. He's based out of Germany, and Michel is somebody that I've known for around about a year now, and someone who I've also worked intensively with. We had a wonderful 3-month spell of
Yeah.
working together. Now, as you will see from the thumbnail of this video, Michel is a real burpee success story. He is an example of somebody who has been through a pretty radical fitness transformation. And I've been so looking forward to having this conversation with Michel because I know from having spoken to him extensively myself that he's got so much wisdom that he's going to be able to share with all of you out there listening who want to undergo a similar transformation yourselves. So, first of all, Michel, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, Max. Thank you very much for this nice introduction, and I'm very pleased to being able to speak here today.
Oh,
So very proud of that. Thank you.
absolutely. No, it's an absolute pleasure. I always look forward to catching up with you. And if getting you on the podcast is the only way I get to hang out with you, then we'll have you keep coming back.
Mhm.
Um, I thought, Michel, people will have seen the before and after photo on the thumbnail. I thought that in our conversation we could talk about the before and how you turned the before into the after. I thought a starting point for us would be if you could say a couple of words to introduce yourself, and then
Yes.
also just explain to us where you were at the beginning of this journey in that before photo. What kind of state were you in? What was there a turning point moment that made you decide that you wanted to make a change? And also maybe talk a little bit about what had led you into that position in the first place.
Mm. So, okay, maybe let's just start with introducing myself in a brief manner. I'm Michel, as Max always already introduced me, and I'm living south of Dresden in the eastern part of Germany, and I am the father of two lovely kids and the man of a lovely wife. And yeah, I also have some dogs, and we are living in a flat here, and we got a little farm nearby, so we have a lot of animals there, and this is just hobby thing for us. So this all goes besides our daily lives, our full-time jobs my wife and me are working in. And yeah, I'm working as a quality representative in a civil engineering company here in Dresden. And as you can imagine, it is quite a busy schedule I have to deal with all the day. And by the end of 2022, I had some turning point in my life where I just got overweight, not to say obese, and I really had some key moments where I just said to myself, okay, that's it, you have to do something, and just to get informed. So just to speak in numbers, so you can imagine a bit where I come from. I'm 184 centimeters in height. This is quite exactly 6 foot tall, and I was about 106 kilos in weight. This is roughly 233 pounds of weight. And one of the key moments that kept me or that got me moving was when the belly that grew over time was just physically in the way. So just to tie my shoes, I had to do lunges, and I just couldn't, or I just wasn't able to bend forward and do this simple task. And I just said to myself, "You're 35 right now. It's this is not a nice state to be in. I want to be there for my family. I want to be a fit father. I want to be at their service and help them in daily life activities and so on." And so just this was kind of an initial point for me to get moving on.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So, so Michel, how old are you now? 37.
So okay, this is 78 kilos,
Oh,
which
sorry, just
is
about your age. I'm just trying to, you were
oh okay,
35
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
How old are you now?
37 right now.
Okay, cool. I just asked because I'm also 37. We would have been, I
Yes.
think, in the same class at school, which is the nice thing. Um,
Exactly.
okay, yeah. I was smiling when you told that story because that number is very familiar to me. My
Hmm.
big weight loss journey happened years ago in my 20s, but I was also
Yeah.
105 kilograms, around about 180. So I think we were in a very similar starting point. Um, okay, so there was this turning point, and you connected things back to family. I think that's such an important connection to make. It's one thing to be out of shape when no one is depending on you.
Hmm.
It's quite another thing to be out of shape when you have responsibilities. And I think that I can understand that must have added a certain fuel to the fire. Um, but you're in your mid 30s, you're 106 kilograms. How long had it been since you had been training or engaged in kind of healthy lifestyle activities? I mean, how deep in the hole were you?
Hmm. So it's round about 1.5 year now. And before that, sport wasn't a thing in my life. So I had an active but not a sportive life in this way, and also bad nutrition. So lots of highly processed foods, alcohol, and all the stuff. And this is also was also something I changed quite significantly to hit my goals. But a very elementary or central point in this journey was the Busy Dad program. So I have to, yeah, I just can't stress it enough. The whole type of body transformation I luckily experienced, I would say, is due to the Busy Dad program.
That's wonderful. Well, let's give viewers a sense of how much you have transformed. So
Mm.
2 years ago, 184, and you are about 106 kilograms. Where are you at now?
So now I'm at 78 kilograms, which equals 172 pounds. This is a weight loss of 28 kilos or 61 pounds.
Wow. And for those of you who have seen the thumbnail and have been impressed by Michel's lean physique, that was a photo he sent to me about 6 weeks ago when he was more like 81 kilos. And so he's even more cut now than he was. This is really, really impressive. So look, one thought I had is a lot of people come to me and they feel kind of disoriented by all the information out there. They want to make a change, but they have no idea where to start.
Mhm.
YouTube is crawling with fitness influencers and different fitness concepts are flying around. How did you discover the Busy Dad program, and how did you make the decision to start implementing the program in your life?
Mhm. So by the beginning of 2023, I first took some steps nutrition-wise to start the whole journey. And it was these were just quite little minor steps, and it was until or around about March in 2023 where I started to have a look on YouTube regarding some videos for home workouts and so on. And I just scrolled through this video suggestions, and I just stopped by your Navy SEAL tutorial. So, and the thing that really got me clicking on your video was your channel name, to be honest. So, Busy Dad Training. And as I mentioned before, I consider myself a busy dad, quite a busy dad too. And it just resonates with me, the whole channel name. And I just thought, okay, that's funny, but it's also very interesting. And I just clicked on this video, saw your tutorial, and I didn't immediately start it with the program, but it just kept working
Yeah,
in my head.
yeah.
And I returned to your channel. I also saw the video with the 6 count tutorial and some other videos. And first I had yeah, the doubt that this program will be locked up behind some paywall, because I thought Busy Dad training program, okay, it is there will I'm quite sure there will be a paywall at some point. But then I discovered the whole concept. I visited your website and I just got the information of 80 minutes per week of training. No gym needed, no equipment needed. Just show up, do your workouts. A plain floor is enough to for doing this. So the entry barriers are quite low, and it took me some weeks to get uh, yeah, fixed in that way that I tried it myself. But what really stood out for me right from the beginning was that by doing the first few burpees, even though I'm not familiar with the movement at all, it just felt good in a way. I can't describe it. It just felt fluent. It just felt, yeah, there's something magic about it. Don't know how to put it in better words, but up to this point, I also I had some failed attempts to establish a sport routine in my life. So from my early to mid 20s to the mid 30s, I tried several times to implement something, but I fell off these routines quite after a short period of time, every time,
Yeah,
and didn't manage to implement it. But it was a completely other story with the burpee and the busy that training program. So this is something hard to describe, but it just feels good.
that's wonderful. For people who are listening, can you give us a sense of, if you remember, where you were at
Mhm.
in terms of your numbers when you started the program?
Yes, I followed your recommendations for testing into the program and just give us getting a sense of your baseline. And I tested in the program with 110 six counts and 40 Navy SEALs.
Mhm. And where are you at now, Michel?
So my current PR is 266 counts and 108 Navy SEALs.
Nice, man. And for those of you listening, I can testify that Michel's reps are very, very high quality. I've seen them. I've programmed with him. I had just the most wonderful 3 months working with him. He brings such focus to his training, such a clear plan, week in, week out. We started working together. I believe you were kind of at around about the level 2 baselines. You'd had a bit of a layoff because of some issues. You were
Yes,
just
yes,
coming back
yes.
to your practice, and we said, let's see if we can unlock level 3 in 12 weeks. We also said, let's see if we can get from around about 88, 86 kilograms down to 80.
Yeah,
Um,
it was around about 90, and we
Around 90.
first set the goal of 84 for the whole 12 or 13 weeks of coaching, and we ended up with 78 kilos.
Wow. And
So
we also unlocked level 3 across the board.
yes,
And I've learned a lot about my own training practice from watching Michel. It was really, really inspiring. And so this man is level 4 is just around the corner for you, my friend. And then see if we can get you up towards the graduation numbers later this year. We're the same age,
I hope
we're the
so.
same weight, we're pretty much the same height. I've got 2 years on you, but you'll be right up there where I am if you just continue doing what you're doing. There's no doubt about it, and you shouldn't be aiming for anything less.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, to get to where you are now, you trained, you brought intensity, you brought focus, you cultivated a love of the burpee movement. But you also did some remedial practices on the side. I mean, there was a complete
mhm,
overhaul in your approach to nutrition, and I want
yeah,
to talk about that. But before we get on to nutrition, you shared with me once a concept of a kind of your take on rucking that I thought was really cool and a really practical tool that you might share with other people. So maybe you could talk to us a bit about that.
yes, exactly. So this is something I really like to introduce to people and really suggest doing it if you find yourself being a bit out of form, bit out of shape, maybe a bit overweight, and which was a really central point in my weight loss journey. And this is the concept of rucking. What is rucking? Rucking essentially means going for a walk or for a hike with a weighted backpack. So just grab a backpack, put some weight in it, and just make the walk or the hike a bit more intense in this way. So what I just can recommend is, if you're starting out, just do low weight. Don't overstress it, don't overdo it. Just get used to the demands of rucking. And yeah, you don't need any special high quality, high price equipment. There are specialized rucking backpacks and weight plates out there for around about $300, but you don't need this in the initial phase. Just grab a backpack, put in some maybe 5 or 10 pounds weight just to get used to it, and start to carry this around. I really like to grab this backpack while walking my dogs, for example.
Mm.
So you have to walk the dogs anyway, and you can do it without a backpack, or you just grab this backpack and carry it with yourself. Yeah. So this is what rugging essentially means, and it got some benefits, some really good benefits I learned to love, and these are it makes your no, maybe let's just start with another point. Your if your goal is to lose weight, carrying this backpack with you just increases the calorie amount you burn through essentially any activity you're doing with this rug. So by just simply putting this backpack on, you and increase your calorie output, and which yeah, will help you to lose some fat over time. This is not a crazy amount you can lose with this, but it accumulates over time. So this is a really important thing. And it also helps you get more conditioned. So when I first started out, I chose to load my backpack with 10 kilos of weight. And I I remember the first times walking with this backpack, it just felt extremely heavy and uncomfortable. But now I'm carrying 26 kilos with me, and I just got used to it.
Okay, so
And
I want you to talk, Michel, a little bit about why are you carrying 26 kilos now? How did that come about?
um exactly. So this is related to the or this number is related to the weight I've lost. So I didn't know rucking before I had my yeah, lifestyle change, so to say. And I just discovered it on the fly, and it was round about the time when I've already lost 10 kilos in weight. And I first put 10 kilos of weight into my backpack because I don't know how, it just seems reasonable for me. And I felt good with this weight. And then I discovered the concept of rucking, and they said, okay, so 10 kilos is a good way to start, or a good point to start for, yeah, not maybe absolute beginners, but intermediate trained peoples. And then I just got the idea, okay, just wait, I've put 10 kilos in it. And this is exactly the weight I've already lost. And so I decided to add the weight into the bag as I yeah, had some body weight loss. So with the ongoing loss of my body weight, I increased the weight in my backpack so that it equals my initial body weight from my weight loss journey. So at the moment, so 26 to 28 kilograms are the amount I've lost in body weight and I carry in the backpack. So it gives me a sense of where I come from,
Right.
body weight wise. So every time I grab the bag, put it on my back, I just feel like, okay, this is the amount of weight. This is the weight you carry it around with you all the time before you yeah, started this weight loss journey. So this was kind of a normal thing, and yeah, normal demand I put on my body and normal stress I put on my body. And now I'm, to be honest, quite happy when I can get rid of the backpack after
Yeah, yeah.
after a
And
multi-mile rug.
and of course, you know, the point that you put on the backpack, you're reminded of what you were carrying around. But then also the point that you take it off and you feel light as
Yes.
a feather, you're
Yeah.
reminded of how much you've transformed yourself. And you know, as you put it to me when we were talking about this concept, it's all very theoretical when you're looking at a scale and you're seeing a digital number changing.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you a felt appreciation for what you've done, the change that you've brought about in your life. Whereas if you're carrying your old burden and then you're getting to feel how light you are now compared to the old days, it gives you a much more vivid inner understanding of the change
Hmm.
that you've brought about. Um, and I love the idea of celebrating every kilogram of weight loss by putting another kilo in the bag. Every kilo that you put in the bag becomes a kind of trophy. It becomes
Yes.
a symbol of your progress.
Yes. So this is really something that kept me going. So over time, I just developed some kind of collector's gene. So I was curious to expand the weight loss
Mhm.
um, from my body weight to put it into the backpack right now. And as you said, to it's kind of a trophy. And weight loss really is a long-term action, and you need to be consistent. You need to be patient, and due to this yeah, a slow progress you will make in losing weight, your body adapts to the lower weight, and you don't, as Max already said, you don't realize how much weight you've already lost. You just got adapted to the new demands on and weight you put on your body. But every time you grab the bag, you just got reminded instantly how far you have come already.
Absolutely, I love that concept. I hope that people listening will consider trying it out. Listen, Misha, we've got 5 minutes left for today's
Yeah.
meeting. I don't think we'll be able to get to everything, but I thought
Hmm.
we should at least touch on your nutritional strategies. No one loses that weight through training alone. It's obvious that you made some pretty significant changes.
Yeah.
Could you describe for us kind of the most significant changes that you made in a couple of minutes for the benefit of people listening?
Of course. So maybe the biggest point I've made, and this also gives you some quite short-term, quite significant short-term results, is cutting out alcohol. I know this is some very unsexy topic. A lot of people don't want to hear it. Alcohol is everywhere in our society. It's just a normal thing to do, and but I can't stress it enough. If you cut out alcohol to the best of your ability, and I'm not someone that says you have to stop it for the rest of your life, but if you are able to reduce it in a significant way, you will get significant outcomes. And it just
Did you cut out alcohol completely, Michel?
no, not entirely. I have some, let's say, I tracked this. So I got a day counter app, and if I look into the yeah, into it, I have to say that every, let's say, 150 to 200 days, there's a special occasion where I just drink some alcohol, but I immediately feel it in the training sessions afterwards that it's got just an incredible impact, negative impact on training.
Absolutely.
So didn't cut it out completely, but if you can reduce it to the best of your ability, this is a really big point. And some other things are reducing the amount of highly processed foods I eat. So I'm going to eat some or way more vegetables and raw foods, so carrots and so on. And this really also gave me a boost. If you just if we have some barbecue with friends and so on, and you're eating all that salty and sugary stuff there, um, I also feel like I'm not in a good not in that good conditions the day after. So
Let me stop you there, Michel. I think a lot of people will be listening to
yeah,
this and thinking, okay, so you're telling me that I've got to walk around with a heavy backpack on all the time,
yeah,
do burpees, stop drinking alcohol, eat loads of raw vegetables. This sounds like a Spartan life, and it sounds like a life that isn't a very joyful or a happy one. So, can you speak to that? I mean, talk to me about your feeling in yourself since you made this transformation. Was it worth it?
yeah, absolutely. And if I have to start over again, all over again, I would do it again. It's absolutely worth it. Something I discovered is that I do my burpee training in the morning. So right when my family is still asleep, I've done my sessions, and it just feels amazing when you get this done right in the morning. I'm just you've already put out a lot of sweat in this morning. You're already had some hot burpee session, but you're just feeling energized. It's totally crazy. You're absolutely exhausted after this session,
Mhm.
but just a few minutes later, after having a shower and so on, you're just energized. You're just smiling, going around like, okay, now the day may come. And it's just incredible how it feels. So it's absolutely worth it. So just go for it, give it a try, and I'm absolutely sure that you won't regret it.
That's a wonderful note to end on, Michel. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and share your journey and your perspectives with all of us. That glow that Michel described, I can vouch for it myself, and I always see it in you when we meet. Um, I hope that you sharing the way you have done today will inspire some people out there. Michel, thank you so much, and I hope you'll return to the Busy Dad podcast at some point in the future.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe one last word. I during my whole life, I really didn't get fixed to the idea of having an idol or symbol to follow. But to be honest with you, Max, I think I found someone I really. No, it was just a pleasure to work with you. Thank you very much for everything you did for the program and for your coaching, for your tips. It just really got me accelerated and pushed me way deeper into the practice than I ever could imagine. Really, really, really grateful for this. Thank you very much.
It's an
Thank
absolute
you
honor,
very
my friend. Thank
much.
you.